Yeah, you can. And you're terrified of that because it's my freaking life. If I lose this person right here, right now, I'm gonna be okay. I have been wanting to film this video for like 3 months, but for some reason I could never bring myself to do it. But I feel like I've been enraged enough to be able to sit down and try to calmly film this video. I don't want to say that this video is directed toward anybody special, but if you feel like it is, then it is. We're talking about something I've been wanting to talk about for like such a long time, and I just felt like, I don't know, like I just didn't want to, and I couldn't. Today, after 3 solid weeks of being at school, I feel like I have the amount of boiling rage inside of my body that I need to sit down and film this. So let's just begin. I have had my fair share of experiences. It's not a lot. I would say I have some knowledge, and I'm gonna say a lot of things that I talk about in this video are not because I experienced this myself, because I watch a lot of people around me that I care about deeply, but also I'm very mad at currently for going through these things and allowing themselves to go through it, because it is like, I understand, but also like I don't. So let's talk about it today. We're gonna start off like this. People are the best manipulators, and they manipulate themselves the best. Have you ever heard somebody go, oh yeah, like I really like this guy, but like he's kind of like this and it's a red flag, but I'm gonna ignore it? Why are you doing that? You are actively manipulating yourself. Forget the other guy who's probably gonna start manipulating you in like 3 weeks, but you're manipulating yourself first. So no, I'm not one to victim blame, but when you then come back and say, yeah, this guy has red flags and I ignored them, it's not like he was trying to hide them. That's kind of what was happening from the beginning. He was not manipulating you in the beginning. People who don't hide their red flags in the future will be the first people to say, well, I've always been like this. You're like, it's your fault for being with me. And as much as I don't want to say like, yeah, it is your fault for being with him, because I'm sure like you loved him. Maybe it's not even a him, it's a her. It doesn't matter to me. It is partially your fault for manipulating yourself in the beginning, thinking that you could change him. That is like the worst thing I've ever heard. You can change him? No. If that person doesn't want to change, they're not going to change. You are not him or her's fairy godmother. You're not God. You're not Jesus. I don't care what freaking religion you are a part of. You're not a deity. You can't change anybody. And you thinking that you can go into a relationship and change somebody, you're a clown. Because that's just not how it works. And I have had enough experiences with my friends and just in general to understand that there is no way you can change somebody who is not willing to change. It just doesn't work like that. And you are only embarrassing yourself, because that other person, humans are smart people who just refuse to believe the realities of the world. People who are toxic refuse to believe they're toxic. People who are with toxic people refuse to believe they're in a toxic relationship because they love that person. And yes, I'm sure your feelings are real, but that relationship isn't. What you think you're a part of is not real. It doesn't exist. If you cannot feel safe and secure in your relationship, it's not a relationship, period. Stop gaslighting yourself into thinking that you can change something. The person that needs to change is you. You need to change who you're with. You need to change who you're associating with, who you talk to on a daily basis, who you're giving your energy to. If you're giving your energy to somebody who cannot give you the same energy back, why are you there? Simply, why are you there? If I am giving you a certain energy and you refuse to give it back, I will completely shut down on you. I will not talk to you. I will not hang out with you. I will simply just cut all my communication with you, because I know I deserve better than whatever the hell you're giving me. I think a lot of the time people in high school relationships believe that they've found their person, and that's not what I'm here to judge you on, because your brain hasn't fully developed. My brain hasn't fully developed. Am I gonna go through a relationship like that? I don't fucking know. Like, very possible. But what I know is that in the back of my mind, it is very, very strong with anybody that I have any type of relationship with. If I lose this person right here, right now, I'm gonna be okay. If I lose this person for some unforeseen, most out of the box reason that I can't cope with, I'm gonna figure out a way to cope with it. I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna care about myself more than I care about anybody else, because it's my freaking life. Why would I waste more time mourning somebody else over thinking about me? you're allowed to allocate time to other people, but if your life comes to a point where you can no longer go ahead and move on and live your life without a certain person, you really need to think about your priorities, because they're not right. Nobody else should be more important than you are, especially when you're so young, because you're so impressionable. And if you let other people feel these feelings of like, oh my god, like I can't like live my life without them, bullshit. Yeah, you can. You're a strong person, you just refuse to acknowledge it, because if you become that strong person, you can't be with the person right now, and you're terrified of that. You can absolutely be on your own, and I feel like people need to be told that more often. Is it okay for you to be in a high school relationship? Yes, I'm not saying no. I have so many friends that have healthy high school relationships, but I have even more friends that are in high school relationships that are not healthy, because they don't know what a healthy relationship looks like. And I understand that this is a time for experience, but it's also not the time to get your feelings hurt and get traumatized. No, we will not be having that. You need to realize that some people just aren't ready to date. And you being desperate for that one person who is not ready to date, why are you doing that? That's not going to make them come to you. Desperation is one of the most repulsing energies I have ever felt. I used to be like that. You know how many people I lost because I was desperate? It's like I can't even count it on my fingers, because that's how disgusting being that desperate is. If somebody doesn't want you, why do you want them? Why are you making time for somebody in your life who cannot even give you the time of day to say good morning or ask how your day was, or even if they do, that actually, care about how your day was and try to make it better? Why are you doing that? You know how embarrassing that is for you? You should never, ever, ever fight or cry or feel bad about somebody who does not give a flying fuck about you. Because if you do, you are just emitting this energy that nobody wants to be around. You think anybody likes desperation? If you were like that and somebody was desperate for you, you would want to stray away from them more and to see how desperate they are for you. That's exactly what's happening to you. The minute that you are not desperate anymore and you put your foot down and you're like, yeah, I don't give a shit because I'm more important and what I want to do in my life is more important than me being desperate for you, that person's going to come running back because they miss your attention. That's how valuable you are. You need to realize that. The minute you realize how valuable your energy and your time and your attention is, you will have an unsurmountable people running after you. But you need to change first. Everything that you've ever wanted, forget high school relationships, everything you've ever wanted is going to come chasing you the minute that you realize your value and your worth. The minute you start doing something with your life is the minute that you will have everything you've ever wanted, but you need to stop being desperate for it. There is a abundance of things in this world, and just because somebody else has something that you want doesn't mean that you can't get it. Just because your friends are all in happy high school relationships does not mean that you need to be in a toxic one just because it's a relationship. It's not. You don't have what you want, and you're not gonna get it unless you change. So many people, and I was one of these people, I just think if that person has something that I want, I can't have it. Are you crazy? You know how many people have so much money out there? How many people have so many houses, so many clothes, so many freaking shoes? And you still have shoes, you have clothes, you have a place to live. So just because somebody else has a freaking boyfriend, you can't have one? It's just not your time. Because you're not in the right place to find the right person. Your energy is not at the level to find your person. And yes, I do believe everybody has their person. You cannot just expect them to show up on your doorstep. And so many people hate it when I say this, but you will get your person when you least expect it, and that only happens when you are 100% focused on yourself, and then you become more open to more positive energies that you want to attract and that you want in your life to make your life better. That's only ever going to happen if you're complete 100% happy with yourself. Everything else is additional and only makes your life better. It does not make it complete. You make your life complete, and when you realize that, you will get everything you've ever wanted. Okay, that was a lot. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do more aggressive videos. I'm actually not really that mad at anybody. I just need to really get that out of my system. But my point still stands. Please don't gaslight yourself to thinking that this person wants you just because they come back every 2 days after ghosting you. You think that, oh my god, yeah, they love me. Oh my god, they texted me good morning. Are you fucking dumb? Like, are you crazy? That is the most absurd thing I've ever heard. People who like freak out about like the most smallest things that people have done for them, I'm just like I do that to my friend. What the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, please stop settling for the bare minimum. And forget just in general, like, why are you doing that? It's like, can you please realize what you're worth first? Forget being in a freaking relationship. Be in a relationship with yourself. Why are you pouring so much time and energy into somebody else when you should be pouring that same amount of time and energy into yourself? Make yourself a better person to be able to date. If you're a shitty person, you're gonna date shitty people. If you're a complete person, complete people are going to date you. You will live your life with somebody that you actually genuinely want. There are so many people out there who just can't give themselves the time of day but want to give other people the time of day, and then that's when you spend the rest of your life with some shitty ass person who doesn't even care about you. Why are you doing that? Just because you don't find your person in high school doesn't mean you're never gonna find them. You can walk into a coffee shop tomorrow on your first day of freaking university and you can find your person, you won't even know. I also believe in the invisible string theory, and I think it's really funny because I know that a lot of the time, even one of the people that I'm closest with right now, we recently just realized that there have been so many instances where we've like been near each other but just like didn't know who we were, and then only recently did we ever realize that those things happen, and we were like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like, why didn't we become friends then? It's because we weren't meant to be friends then. The reason we're friends now is because it fits, it works. We're in the right time of our lives where we can be friends with each other, actually care for each other healthily. And it works the same way in romantic relationships. You are going to find your person when it's meant for you, and that doesn't always mean it's going to be when everybody else finds their person. I mean, I do believe that there is a chance for high school relationships to make it past high school and, you know, like genuinely be healthy. It's rare, and I can understand why, but I'm never going to be somebody to discourage you that if you're in a healthy high school relationship, break it off. No, that's not what I'm saying. If it's working and you guys are happy, then let it continue. See what happens. But if you're abusing yourself and the other person is abusing you, what the hell are you doing? Why? Clearly they're not your person. They're never going to be your person. Fighting for them, breaking no contact, just constantly going after them. Oh my god, did they check my story? Oh my god, they saw my story, they liked my story. Okay, so what? What does that mean? To me, it means nothing. I don't even check who checks my story. I post it if I want to because I want to, because it's my freaking story. It's not their story, it's your story. You post it for yourself, not them. It's the absurd thing I've ever heard of. Please start caring about yourself more because it's showing that you aren't. This was heavy, but like it really wasn't, and like you probably needed to hear this. And I might have to hear it too. Who knows? Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but just be careful. Don't let yourself get hurt knowing this. I have lived a pretty sheltered life, and I'm trying to get out there more and do things I haven't done. I guess yelling and screaming on the internet is one of them. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass, but it's... I feel like it's for a good cause, so I'm not really scared of what's gonna happen, but I hope you got something out of this. And please don't make stupid, dumb decisions and care about yourself. I hope you have a good day, a good night, depending on when you're listening to this. And hopefully I will see you soon. Kind of depends on my mood now because I freaking hate college app season. But it's fine. I just want it to end. So yeah, I'll see you later.